Lynn and Lisette's Beauty Secret Vignettes for Ageless Beauty After 50. Now here is Lynn and Lisette.
Hi, and welcome to Lynn and Lisette's Beauty Secrets. Today we're going to talk about hormones and how important they are to our health. And hormones impact our lives in the way we feel, act, and react. And we want them nicely balanced because when they are balanced, we enjoy strength, energy, and most important, beauty. Beauty and how hormones relate to our beauty. There are 7 hormones that we want to keep in balance. There are actually 4 hormones that make us fat. And those 4 hormones are leptin, cortisol, insulin, and estrogen. And there are 3 hormones that make us thin, which is HGH, progesterone, and testosterone. So today we want to think thin and talk about HGH, the Fountain of Youth, the hormone that makes us thin. And HGH stands for human growth hormone. It's a very important hormone. That's right. Our body uses blood sugar to draw its energy from. Well, if we keep our HGH levels high, it will actually use the reserves from our fat instead of just the sugar. So that's what we want to do. And it also, another benefit is that HGH helps grow our muscle cells, because as we age, even after our teens, right, Lynn, we start to lose these muscle cells. So what are the things that we can do to build muscle cells and get that HGH revved up and keep it going in our body? Because, you know, when we get older in our 30s and 40s, our HGH levels start depleting, and we can replete them naturally. All right, so what are some things that we can do? Because even with diet and exercise, you can get the HGH levels that are so important to us to stay young, thin, and beautiful. So let's tell the ladies, what are these things have the Fountain of Youth? Well, when you say exercise, it's resistance training. You want to do a lot of resistance training, and you're going to build these muscle cells, and that will increase your HGH levels naturally. That's right. And cutting back on carbs at night is important. So you want to eat your lean meats, your vegetables, your proteins, because if you start to eat carbohydrates, they're good carbs and bad carbs. And the bad carbs are like your white breads, pastas, rice, white potatoes. Stay away from those, especially at night. Especially at night for dinner, because you can eat, brown rice, sweet potatoes, the complex carbohydrates, because you can lose weight while you sleep. Ooh, that sounds good to me. I want to do that. Well, how do you do that? By avoiding those foods that are bad for you, like the bad carbohydrates. It's actually going to lift your metabolism while you sleep at night, and it's going to promote more muscle cell and growth while you're sleeping. I'm thinking, oh, I want to do that. That sounds good. I want that. So then you also need a good night's sleep, because while you're sleeping, your body's going to produce more HGH. That's right. And if you don't get an adequate amount of sleep, it will totally abolish all your HGH hormone levels. I mean, so you definitely want to try to figure out, how can I get that good sleep? And you want that deep sleep, because that's what's going to do that the best. To increase your HGH levels. So no caffeine after 3. Right. To help promote that good night's sleep. That's exactly right. I know we all want to go to Starbucks at 4 o'clock, and okay, not past 4. Because you definitely want to get a good night's sleep. We need to cut back on that caffeine, especially late in the afternoon, to get a good night's sleep. And also the healthy, building blocks, which are your proteins, your B12s, your legumes, your vegetables. Just remember to, maintain that healthy, balanced diet and get that as well. And also go organic. I know we've talked about organic in the past, especially now. For those HGH levels, because non-organic foods have a lot of pesticides, and pesticides will deplete your HGH levels. Absolutely. So go organic as much as you can. But Lynn, I know you and I go to the vitamin shop or GNC, and don't you always see those HGH where you can take it in pill form or injection? I mean, what do you think about that? No, ladies, don't take artificial HGH. We can produce our own natural HGH, because usually along with those, you see those signs, HGH injections. It goes along with a 500 calorie a day diet. To me, that's a starvation diet, and you're going to be hungry, unhealthy, and you're injecting yourself or taking artificial HGH, which is bad for you. You can produce your own naturally. That's the thing to do. You know, something else I learned from my husband who worked for a cardiologist here in Houston, he knows a lot about the human growth hormone and says not to, you know, take in carbohydrates at least for 45 minutes after you work out, eat or drink them. Because if you're exercising and you're building those muscle cells, you're building those HGH levels, if you start to eat carbs within 45 minutes after you've exercised, you're just going to deplete them. And I always found that interesting. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to drink water. I'm not going to
wait 45 minutes.
I'm like, okay, I'm still metabolizing here. I like that. So I always found that an interesting point, and I think it's a very important point because you've trained hard. You don't want to just ruin everything you've done.
Right. So HGH, ladies, our beauty secret today is HGH is a Fountain of Youth hormone and a get thin hormone, and we want to keep those HGH stores up naturally. So
in our future segments, we'll cover some of these other hormones that either make us fat or thin and what we can do about that.
And stay in balance.
That's right. To enjoy energy, health, and beauty.